to activate your transverse, or what I like to refer to as your seatbelt abs, because that's a lot easier to picture and kind of get a feel for, is this technique. So you're going to take 2 fingers, you're going to put them on the crest of your hip bones, and then you're going to slide them in about 2 inches, and then, without being mean to yourself, you're going to push down into your guts. And it should feel pretty soft and squishy, and you should be able to push your fingers down a little ways. All right, once you've got them there, what you're feeling for is a little bit of resistance. To find the muscles and to get them active, you're going to do either like a pretend cough or a little laugh or a little sneeze. Okay, not a big one, especially if you are working on your pelvic floor control, but little cough, sneeze, or something like that. And then when you do that, you should feel that muscle tense up and kick up or resist the pressure from your fingertips. And that is your transverse abdominis being active. So what we want to do is find that transverse or get aware of how to activate it or feel it get active under our fingertips, and then do it on purpose. And when we do it on purpose, a lot of times it can be helpful to do it while we're exhaling a little bit. So I would start with a little breath in and then just a small. And when I'm breathing out, what I'm looking for is that feeling of that muscle tightening up and compressing. So rather than pushing up and out against our hands, which is kind of something we refer to as doming or tenting, not what we want to have happen. What we do want to have happen is that when we're exhaling or pulling that transverse in and active, we want to feel it get tight, but then lower down underneath our fingertips rather than push back against us. So it's helpful to start building awareness and building a little bit of control by doing short sets of like 10 small activations. And the activation should be, let's say on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being you're just hanging out on the couch, your guts are hanging out, all that great stuff, you're as relaxed as you can possibly be. And 10 being you are giving birth, you are pushing a child out, or you are bearing down as absolutely hard as you possibly can. Let's see, wiggling into, if you're as old as I am, jeans without stretch that went through the dryer. Once upon a time, we had to do that a lot. We'd lay down on our backs and be like wrestling our way in there and sucking everything in as absolutely tight as we can. That would be more in that like 8, 9 range. So we're looking for about a 4 or a 5 rather than that extreme tightening when we're doing these transverse activations. So once again, fingertips on the hips, you're going to push them in about, or slide them in about 1 or 2 inches, push down into the guts a little bit, and then we're looking for either a small exhale and that tightening sensation underneath, or just a tightening without an exhale. You're going to hold it for a second and then release. And then you are going to repeat that 10 times. Relax a little while, repeat it again for another 10 times, relax a little while. When you get more proficient at doing it, you want to start practicing doing it while you're sitting. Driving is optimal because your seatbelt's right there and it reminds you what muscles you want to be pulling in and tightening. Then you want to do it while you're standing at the sink or brushing your teeth or standing in line or picking things up, all kinds of things. So practice activating your transverse, gives you a little more support from the inside out, and it'll give you some bigger payoffs down the line.